Hello. Got 3 people so far. We had 22 register, and then we had a whole bunch of other people register on the Facebook page. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes till everyone gets on. Hope you guys are excited to listen to 105 ways to find a business as a real estate agent. You guys can also comment in the chat. If you want to go ahead and comment where you're from, your name and where you're from in the chat. Can you guys all hear me? Someone say yes. Hi, Sheila. Hello, Amanda. It is 2 o'clock. Are you guys drinking your coffee? I'm drinking C4. It's probably really, really bad for you, but it's my afternoon pick-me-up. It's got a lot of caffeine in it. These things are like 10 calories, 200 milligrams of caffeine. It's probably like 4 cups of coffee. Hey, Angela. If you guys want to put in the chat where you're from, I'll get started soon. We also have some folks on Facebook watching as well. So today we're going to talk about 105 ways to find more business in real estate. I'm going to give you some free, mostly free, and some budget-friendly ideas to expand your business. I know that in the last couple years and during COVID, it was somewhat easy for agents to find buyers and sellers, and we're back to a normal market. If you're ancient like me and you've been around through multiple types of markets, then we had a skill set that some of the newer agents don't have in the last few years, and that is ways to get business outside of social media. When I started, there wasn't any social media. So I'm hopefully going to help you guys learn to strategize and come up with more ways to get more business. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my slide presentation here. And so I am going to give you guys 105 ways to grow your business as a freebie. And additionally, it comes with a bonus at the end with a whole bunch of referral companies that you guys could sign up with where there's no fee up front. You only pay on the back end if you actually close a sale. So if that's exciting, you guys, please say yes, you want the link in the chat and I will get it for you. Let me copy that right now while we're on here. So, okay. So I'm going to put the link in the chat where you guys can go and download what I am going to go over today. I'm not going to go over all 105. I'm going to go over my favorite ways. Okay. So it's about 32 ways. So we're going to hurry up and get through them as quickly as possible. So I have been licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina for many years. I have 25 total years experience in real estate, and I have closed over 1,200 transactions where I've had my hand in them, and probably opened at least 4,000 doors or more in my career. So I'm here to share with you guys today some of the ways that I used to get business early on in my career. At this point, I do a lot of touching my SOI, and I love on them. That's SOI is sphere of influence, if you don't know. And I love on those people, and then they obviously refer me and give me more business and come back around to do repeat and referral business. I also do a lot of networking with other agents in my market and outside my market. So we're going to go over now. All right. So my favorites, free and budget friendly. First of all, the best one is open houses. Open houses, hands down. You don't even have to have a listing. It's free. You can do open houses on anyone's listing in your firm as long as you have permission. Most listing agents would love for you to have an open house. A really cool idea to get people to register is to have a jar full of candy at the open house with, obviously, the amount of M&Ms in the jar, whatever the item is, marbles, and have the registrants actually register and guess the number of candies in the jar to win some kind of gift card. If you want to do that, obviously it's not free, but you could even do a $25 gift card to Starbucks or something like that. So face-to-face meetings, I love this, you guys. If you try to meet 10 people a week, anywhere, just lunch, coffee, in your free time, if you try to keep it to 30 minutes, it's a great way to constantly be top of mind with people in your market. Handwritten notes. This is a buffini style idea where every week you write 10 handwritten notes to your SOI. So you obviously need to have at least 50 people or 75 people of your SOI sphere of influence in a CRM, a spreadsheet, somewhere where you can keep track of handwritten notes. And every week you send 10 to 15 handwritten notes. You can use cute little cards that you can buy. Like, I don't know if you can see here. These have branding on them, or you can just go to the dollar store, you guys. You can get 10 cards for $1. So that's cheap. Obviously postage, but everyone loves to get snail mail. Client appreciation parties. These are fantastic, you guys. Your clients love you and they like to be invited. The easiest one that I've ever done is invite people to the brewery. That's it. You could even have, if you want to spend a little money, you can have like a balloon animal artist there. I think they cost like $100 for a couple hours. So that's fun. You could also just invite people to have a margarita with you on February 22nd, National Margarita Day. Just go to the local Mexican restaurant, get a huge table, and start inviting people on Facebook. Start emailing your past clients, start calling and texting them. Another thing you could do is send annual updates or CMAs to not only your sphere, just people who they might not even be selling, but send it to your neighborhood, your neighbors, 5 neighbors around you, send it to your sphere. That's the same as circle prospecting, you guys. What that means is you're going to reach out to all the 5 by 5 neighbors around you or around a listing that you have and let them know that the listing is for sale, or let them know that a listing just sold. If you have questions about where to find this info, like for circle prospecting, your tax records, like in Charlotte area, we have Realist. And that's a tax website that our MLS uses. And you can actually download the neighbors in a subdivision and all their contact info to an Excel spreadsheet or even mailing labels. So that's a way where you can circle prospect. You can send out, if you don't have any listings in that neighborhood, but you want people to know who you are, you can send out that stuff to like just your own bio and who you are. Even if you're new, put your bio and that you just joined XYZ Real Estate and send it out to the neighbors. Handing out business cards. One of my favorite things, always have business cards on you, always be handing them out. I know it seems cheesy, but it's a really good way to get your name out there. Email drip campaigns. I know a lot of you are not fans of getting emails, and a lot of people say, oh, emails are boring, emails people unsubscribe and all of that. But honestly, you guys, email is free. People still open email, and sometimes in some campaigns with the right hook subject line and the right value add in the email, I can get a 45% open rate. That is amazing, you guys, especially when it's your SOI. They want to see what you have to say. You could send remodeling tips. You can send out information about interest rates. There is so much you guys can do with email, but always just think of what can I add as an item of value in this email so that they don't unsubscribe. So email drip campaigns, host a buyer seminar. So this is a little bit more involved. If you guys don't have the time, I get it. but lenders would love to host a buyer seminar with you. You can typically share expenses with a lender and get a hotel conference room, and maybe even have the hotel sponsor that, because they'll want you to have your relocation clients stay at that hotel. You can host a buyer seminar and invite all of the people in your database, or just put it on a Facebook ad. If you need to learn how to do that, I can host something another time about that. But honestly, like, buyer seminars are great. You can bring a lender as well. So another thing is wear your name tag and your logo clothes. I cannot stress this enough. If you are branded or branding yourself, or you're at, like, especially like a big company like myself, you want people to know who you are. I'm going to show you on this little thing what I do. So I know my good friend Elizabeth Baker, she's a real estate agent, Charleston. She has these stickers all over her laptop, Remax stickers. And obviously people know when she's working at the coffee shop that she's a Remax agent. She's got the earrings on, she's got the clothes on, and it is really, really effective, because people walk over to her and ask her, hey, I see that you're in real estate, I want to talk to you. And so I think, don't knock it, because it really does work. Wearing the clothes. I get people all the time. It makes you look more professional when you've got your name tag on. People all the time love to see that you have your name tag. Join a book club. So I have an agent on my team that is in a book club. She enjoys reading all the books, but guess what, you guys? It's her opportunity to be around 10 other ladies to discuss the books, but also they know what she does for a living, because they also chit chat about work and daily lives and all that good stuff. The next one is sending letters to non-owner occupant or rental owners. So what does that mean? That means you can actually download the realist tax data in your area. You can send letters to the renters that might possibly buy one day, but you could also send letters to the absentee owners or rental owners. So obviously the letter is going to go some other address, not the one that you're hitting on, but you can send them a CMA to show the rental owners what their property is worth. Maybe they'll sell this year and let go of it and reap the rewards of owning all these years. So, and that one is, it's a little time consuming. It does take paper and postage, obviously. So it costs a little bit of money. Meetups. So this is my all-time favorite besides open houses, you guys. Not a lot of you know this about me, but I have a wine meetup, and I started it in 2007, not just because I was a real estate. It had nothing to do with real estate. I was lonely. I liked wine. There wasn't a lot of places to drink wine. I was single. I had been dating, but I hated the dating scene, all of those like Match.com and eHarmony and everything. So I decided to pay for, I think it was like $65 for a year, and start my own wine meetup. And my first meetup had 16 people attend it. To be honest with you, everybody was just looking for friends to hang out with and have a drink. And it turned into about, I think maybe not even 6 or 7 years later, I had 1,600 people in this group. I had hundreds of meetups. I sold 40, 50 houses to people that I met from the meetup that I became friends with, and are now on my Facebook. We know each other really well because we hung out a lot and drank a lot. If you don't drink, this is probably not a good idea. Like a wine meetup. I actually got written up in magazines. I was the largest meetup on the East Coast at one point until New York and Miami took over. So, with that being said, you could start a meetup for anything: running, tennis, pug lovers meetup, cat Maine Coon owners meetup. I don't even know. Whatever your hobby is, start a meetup. All right. So the next thing, next slide, I'm going to go over just a few more that are free and budget ideas. So you could give out extra card to your vendors. Okay, so you guys are using all these inspectors, these lenders, these termite guys, all the people like the painters and construction workers that you're using for your clients. Why are you not giving them a stack of cards each to promote you? They should be also promoting you. They sometimes get jobs where the person is about to list a home and they need your business card on them. Also, interviewing people you want to meet live. Okay, so Facebook Live is very powerful. You can interview tons of people that you want to meet. You can get to know them better and do it live so that more people can see, like, oh, hey, wait, Sandy's in real estate and she's interviewing someone for her business. Charity events. I know these are not free, but they're really good sources to meet people, to get around people more. If you're introverted, sometimes a charity event is a great way to go, like Lake Norman Humane Society or something like that. They give dinners, dances, balls, and the money goes to a good cause. Magnets or calendars. Okay, these got, like, listen, you guys, this is so crazy. I have gotten a listing before, and I'm sure some of you have too, where I walk into the house and I take the listing and I thank them for their business, and I never even really ask them, like, how did you pick me? Sometimes I forget, and I will see on the fridge that my football calendar is on the fridge as a magnet, and I laugh because I think, oh my gosh, it totally worked. And so, like, and speaking of magnets, so, like, car magnets, some people really don't like. This is a couple things down. Some people don't want to put something on their car because they're worried about their driving, that someone might, like, know who they are. But honestly, like a car magnet or something that you can put on your car. I used to have, like, sandyisyouragent.com on the back of my window. And I had people ask me all the time about, like, random real estate stuff at the grocery store. So it does work. If, some people think it's cheesy, those things are like $35 for the magnet for your door. Don't forget, though, to take it off before you do a car wash, or you'll totally forget and it'll be gone. They come off in the car wash. So hosting a networking group. So I was actually in a networking group with about 12 people for 2 or 3 years. And I was pregnant at the time. And when I first started the group, and it was at Sabi, it was at a Asian food place every single Thursday for lunch. And it was a very fun group. I will never forget the people in that group. And I ended up doing business with all of the people in the group. And then they did business with me. So I bought their insurance. I bought their pens and tchotchkes that they sold. And they used me as their real estate agent because we were so close in that group for so many years. And I met so many great people. So that's fun. Farming a neighborhood. So if you guys don't know what farming is, you honestly, farming could be any type of reach out, but you could literally, if you're broke, I used to do this. I used to drive on the wrong side of the road. It's a really bad idea, but, and I used to put flyers that I printed at the office, black and white flyers about sales, my recent sales, and I used to put them in the flyer boxes. And I used to put them all around neighborhoods, and I would flyer a neighborhood. So it's very inexpensive. And you can print for $10, right? Like a whole bunch of flyers. So another thing is adopt a class at school. So these are popular. You can bring treats. You can volunteer at schools. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to sponsor anything, but you can do this, especially if you have kiddos in school too. You can host a housewarming party for your past clients. This goes over really well. Like, tell them you're going to bring a bunch of pizzas, like 15 pizzas and a couple cases of beer for their housewarming after you close. And then bring business cards and meet all of their friends, because at the party, the clients are going to speak volumes about you and tell everyone how great their closing was with you. So you can't get any better review than that. And then here's another one. Some people might not agree with this, but if you go out like I do, like a lot for lunch, dinner, you go to the same places over and over and over again, tip big all the time. They will totally remember you. And always leave your business card, leave these funky pens, whatever you need to do. So they're like, oh yeah, that's Sandy. She comes in here all the time. She's a real estate agent. They all know what I do for a living. And then a fun thing you could do is you could pay for someone's coffee or food in the drive-thru, and you could leave your card. Not only will the person at the window think that you're really cool, but they'll remember you, but it's the person behind you will really appreciate that. And it might not work. You might have to do it a lot. So the last slide of today is more buzzworthy ideas. Some of these are a little bit more involved. Some people do not like walking a neighborhood, and I get it, but you could walk a neighborhood and put up door hangers. And I have an example. So there's like these things from Christmas. These are from Market Dwellings, and you can attach like a goodie bag with cookies. I also do like lottery cards, and you put them in this envelope, and it's scratch offs. You could do, those are more expensive, but you could do door hangers, very inexpensive. I want to say you could buy some door hangers, $40 for or less for a pack of 100. And you could put your card in the door hanger. They sell these all over Amazon, all over the internet. And if it's your own neighborhood, some of them say, I am your neighbor. So I do this. I do these pop buys. I do all my neighbors around me. I give them treats. I do every single holiday. So everybody got a Valentine's from me. Everybody got a Christmas from me. Everybody got a pie from me for Thanksgiving. Everyone's going to get a scratch off for St. Patrick's Day. Everyone's going to get Easter candy from me. So I walk around on my neighborhood and make sure that all of my tchotchkes are in there. Like I got little chapsticks. These are like, I want to say these are like $60 or $70 for 100. And you can have your own little photo and everything. These go a long way. They last a long time. We've got charge cords. These things were a couple dollars. I got these are a little bit more expensive, or they're a lot more expensive. But when you got to up your game like me, you got to up it all the time. You got to think of more crazy ideas, right? And then here's another one. Look at, like I'm in a golfing area. This is like a golf ball with my branding on it. So you get real crazy with this stuff. I mean, it's kind of fun for me, but you don't have to spend that money. I'm just showing you ideas. Here's another one. These are so cheap. Koozies, you guys. Look, my husband's business is on one side. I split the cost with him, and I'm on the other side. And so you can send these out to all your neighbors, and you could give them out if you go boating. You just give them out at the beach or whatever. All right, so gather testimonials and send them to clients. You guys can print off your Google reviews or your Zillow reviews and mail them out. I know it sounds, somebody might say, well, that's like bragging. No, people like agents that have great reviews. Just like Amazon, you buy the stuff that has the best reviews. Send just sold postcards around a listing. You do not need to have it just sold in a neighborhood to send out. You just need permission from the broker, and you can just write, hey, 123 Main Street just sold in your neighborhood. You don't have to say you sold it. You can say it just sold, and you send that out around a listing. And you could even just print the MLS sheet and put just sold in permanent marker and photocopy it 100 times, and then either flyer it up in your neighborhood or send it out on postage. Work garage sales. So this is a little bit more time consuming. You go to garage sales every weekend. You're actually meeting people that are getting rid of stuff out of their home, and they might be about to put their home on the market or getting ready to hire a realtor. So this is a good one. You could also teach a class on buying rental property with a management company with you. So you could go after investors. You could post this on Facebook. You can partner with local businesses to give coupons to your SOI. You can work in a coffee shop and put up a sign that you'll buy them coffee to sit down and meet with you. And you can meet other realtors at conventions and give them swag. Like, so I showed you guys my swag, like charge cords for your phone that have my QR code, chapsticks, anything that is memorable that you can leave behind with an agent to remind them where you do business. So obviously I tell people all the time, you know, I'm Lake Norman, I'm Charlotte, I'm Lake Norman and Charlotte, I'm Lake Norman and Charlotte. Now I'm Myrtle Beach too. So it's getting a little bit wordy for me to tell everybody where I cover, but it doesn't matter as long as you're memorable and you're a good person and you also talk to the person you're giving the swag to. You're not just handing it out and walking away. Then that is what will help you grow your business. Again, in the chat, I have the link to download the whole entire guide of 105 ways to get more business. This was just 32 of the ways. And you can also get a bonus at the end. The bonus is all of the names of the companies that you can Google and you can sign up with that are no fee up front. you guys, but it's just a referral fee on the back end. And some of these companies give a lot of leads. So it's up to you whether you want to register with some of them. But I encourage you, if you want to see that bonus content, then you need to go in and you need to subscribe to my email list, and it'll download that for you. And I promise I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some really good content and send you some more links of some awesome stuff that I get from my coaches. And if you have any questions, let me know in the chat about anything I've covered today. I hope that you guys saw that it was valuable, and hopefully some of you can use it in your business. Does anyone want to say anything in the chat? Do you guys have any questions? I wanted to make this fast for you. So we're about to be finished. And if you guys have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a YouTube channel, McAlpine Team, NCSE Realtors. And I hope to see you all soon. Bye.